I'm here with Mel Kiper. Mel, what do you expect Kansas City to do in the first round?
I think Luke Chokel. I really do. I think when you look at what they need to protect Alex Smith, he's the most complete left tackle. He's the most consistent. He's the most reliable because he played in two different systems at Texas A&M for Mike Sherman, for Kevin Sumlin. And I think that allows him to maybe separate a little bit from a guy like Eric Fisher, who comes out of the Mid-American Conference. I love Eric Fisher, but you're going to separate two equal players. One's the SEC, one's the Mid-American Conference.
Who do you think is the first quarterback off the board, and by whom?
Yeah, probably you'd have to say Ryan Nassif by Buffalo. I mean, they could trade down and still get him or take him at 8. Geno Smith's the wild card. Does he go, in the top 10? Right now it looks like no. Does he go 20 to 32? Yes, but who trades in to get him? Is it Arizona? Some people think they might go a different direction on day 2 at quarterback than Geno Smith. Philadelphia, they might like E.J. Manuel from Florida State. You have Cleveland, they don't have a second-round pick. So there's a lot of conflicting arguments with different teams, I'm sure, as to what they want to do. But Geno Smith's a problematic projection right now. You don't know where to put him.
Is it something where you think if we see one team trade up into the first round to try to grab one of those guys, that might open the floodgates to more teams trading up?
I don't know about quarterbacks. There's only really a couple that they really project as first-round quarterbacks, but I think there's going to be activity with corners late in the first round. There's always that little run on corners. There's going to be a run on safeties. If you see a Matt Elam come off the board, DJ Swearinger, Jonathan Cyprian, Eric Reed, there's a lot of safeties that are in that late first-round mix. So you'll have maybe some activity there. Tavon Austin, middle of the first, make sure some activity. There's a lot of activity for the left tackles, but it looks like teams are just going to take them, so it might not be a chance to get up and get them. There's even an activity for a guard like Jonathan Cooper. So it's just a crazy draft, one of the weirdest drafts I've ever been associated with.
We had 19 trades in the first round last year. Do you think we'll see that much activity?
I can't believe it because I think teams are locking in this draft is strong from 11 to 32, so why would you trade up to get somebody? So there may be some movement. Oakland may move off to 3 potentially, but at the end of the day, I don't think it'll be nearly as much activity as last year.
Can you explain what the atmosphere is like inside Radio City?
Unlike you could ever imagine, because you can't hear yourself think. It's hard to even hear. You have Brian Ryder talking to us in our ear, and then you have John Boone talking to us as well, and then you have all this noise coming from fans and coming from the stage. So it's just creates a headache for you because your head is just pounding because you got so much going in there. Trying to think about what you're doing, what's coming up. Go preview and then review. So it's a lot to process, but it's a lot of fun and a lot of adrenaline starts flowing. It just feels like game day.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thanks, Ashley.